Okay, we're going to do this thing. It's called Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy. WTF Randy. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? I won't give the name of the high school because it's in a certain TV series. You know, I like teaching here. I like this. This school's pretty cool. Kids are nice for the most part. They do what they're supposed to do for the most part. And yeah, it's oddly rewarding in a way that I wasn't expecting it to be. I think it was mostly working out how to impart kind of some basic production knowledge to students that don't normally think in those terms. They don't think, hey, I could do a career in media. They're just like, nah, I want to be a football player, or I want to be in soccer, or I want to, I don't know, work at Starbucks. So the thing that's really the most off-putting right now about working here is that I don't know if I have a job next year. You know, it's not the school's problem, it's my problem. And so the fact that we're now in February and we don't know what the story is yet. We don't know if there's any future for this video program. I didn't think it would affect me as much as it has. I've been pretty upset about it. And when I thought that I was just that this was I was okay with it being 1 year and one and done, sort of feel like, we'll try this thing out. And a year into it, and well, I'm not even a year into it. Who am I kidding? I'm like 6 months into this adventure. But the students are really, they're cool and interesting people. The community around the school is interesting, and the job is satisfying in a way I wasn't expecting it to be. Yeah, I get that this is backlit. Get over it. When I did this, I wasn't sure. I had no idea what I was going to, what I was doing when I signed up to be a teacher. I mostly thought I was going to probably, I don't know, this was going to be kind of a side gig as opposed to the main deal. Surprised that it's turned into the main deal. Welcome everybody to Chip Castleberry Stadium. Says so right there. Anyhow, yeah, it's this is an interesting school. This is nothing like what I expected. I thought this was gonna be kind of a temporary thing for me. And I find after doing it for 6 months that I like doing it. That's weird. What is the purpose of doing a vlog? When I look into the camera, which is right over there, hi, I think about the people watching and go, oh, yeah, I kind of dig you. I think you're cool, and thanks for watching, and I hope not to waste your time. When I'm in a room interacting with other people, it's easier. I always find it easier to interact with people face to face than it is to look at a lens and make that conversation happen and generate that same sort of banter that I would do in person. So I don't always have the most interesting conversations with cameras. I usually have my most interesting conversations with people. yeah, vlogging is trickier because you have to have a conversation alone with an audience that will ultimately watch what you're doing. So it's different. It's more difficult, more challenging that way. Doesn't mean you can't do it though. It just means you have to prepare a little more. It's harder to riff because I'm doing that right now. I don't have a pre-planned script. I don't have any note cards. See, one hand's holding the camera and the other hand's right here. So, and I don't have anything. There's no notes on the board or anything like that. So I'm just kind of riffing on what it is that I think is worth having a conversation about. Let's start with, when you vlog, look into the camera. Okay, so if I'm looking at the screen, you can tell that I'm looking at the screen. If I switch angles and I'm looking at the screen here, I'm still looking off that way, and it's really, really weird to the viewer. The viewer's thinking, why aren't you looking at me? You're trying to have a conversation with me. So always look right into the camera, right there. Hi, you, right there. Always have a conversation with the camera. Know where the camera is on your device. So if you're not walking around with a camera, you're walking around with a smartphone like I am, you have a sense of who it is you're talking to. Position yourself in one or the other side, right? You know, we talk about, in film class, we talk about the rule of thirds. Well, that counts here, right? So position your fat head on one of the thirds. So you'll either be like, you know, over on the right-hand side, the left-hand side in this case, or the right-hand side of the screen in this case, so that you are always off-center. Because if you center up your face, I mean, it can be interesting. In fact, it's it's very Kubrick in terms of composition, but might be a little off-putting to a viewer, unless that's your style. You choose a style. So I usually choose to put myself in one corner or the other, and then leave this for gesticulating. Since I'm left-handed, this is a little better for me. If I was holding the camera in the other hand, I might do it like this. And so, yeah, you could do it like this, where if you're right-handed, maybe this is a better way to orient yourself. The last thing that I want to say about vlogging in this case is, use a mic. So the microphone's an interesting aspect to this, because the microphone on a phone is usually situated where your mouth would be, right? So it's not well suited for, this kind of distance. Especially if you're the kind of selfie pole vlogger, where you're going to have the camera way out here, it's a little bit, it's going to be very bad sound. It's not going to be the best sound that you can do. And it's going to be, again, it's kind of off-putting. The audience is not going to be as into what you're saying, what you're doing, and how you're doing it. The interesting thing to take away from this is vlogging is not hard to do. It's just, it takes a little preparation, and you have to think about what you're doing as you're filming while you're also talking. So next time on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Randy, we'll have something additional. Try to make it a little more topical about what's going on. Today, it's my Thursday class, so I've only got my advanced students. It's a quiet morning. I don't have a lot going on, other than I should be grading. Okay, see you later.